Well, welcome back. Right, what I want to talk to you today is about Souber track keys. Okay, there's what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 sets of keys. Quite a few in each bunch, and you're ready for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 in each bunch, I think. Hill 10. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, approximately 10 in each bunch. Okay, so we're going to be using them to open up a CHUBB lock here. Okay, what I'm going to do is, before we go to this, I want to show you a process to do to make it even easier. So if we get rid of these, let's start off with the most basic. 2 key blanks. Your device, you have a key horse. It's great, or you can have a, I don't know where that is now, like a homemade one. You can use that, but it's easy for you. Here we go. Here's one that I made before. There's your personal preference. Make one, or LS Tools sell these now. So yeah, right. So what we're going to do is we're going to make up a like impression key, like we can get in the CHUBB, the stab and pick. So in the stab and pick you get, if I can just find it. Here it is. Right. Here you have the stab and pick, which has makeup keys. Okay. Well, not makeup. What am I talking about? Makeup keys. Plasticine, impressioning keys. Just to give you marks, to give you an idea of what these are where. Okay, so in using that, if you don't have that, you can make your own. So what we're going to do is we're going to get a 114 and take it apart. Okay, just get the screws out. That's how I pop the cap. One tap, boom, done. Okay, what I want is the curtain. That's the only part I want. Okay, so you can make a left-handed and right-handed key. Okay, we want this to go in. As you can see, it's not going to go in. So we get a file and we set up the key horse. Tighten this up. Right then. So, first of all, I want the key to go in there from this side. Okay. The top of this rotates around, you see. To which one? We'll go for that one. Right. As we all know, the file cuts on the forward stroke. So let's see if I can put a bit more light. Ta-da! That's better. Going away. So if we imagine thing here. Oops. Let's go and play silly buggers. Right. Okay, so we're going to put this in. Which way should we do it? From this side? So yeah, we'll do from this one. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to mark, get something really fine. What can I use? A little screwdriver or something. One of those little scribing pen things. I haven't got anything. Get a bit noisy outside. There we go. Then screwdriver. Right. I'm going to saw this piece off here. My hacksaw and saw this off. As far as I can go. Down, down, down. Okay. Then let's see if I can snap it if I have a pair of pliers anywhere, which I probably can't find any. So this will be the next best thing. I'm just going to be lazy and see if I can snap this off. I mean, saw it by all means, but I'm just being lazy. There you go. So I'm still going to have to file this down to make it more level. So I'm going to get out my key holes. Oh, sorry, the key saw. Actually, you know what? I'm not going to use a key saw. You can see it can be done without the key saw. I need a thicker file, but I don't think I've got one. That flat one? Oh yeah, I do. So I have a thicker one here. Okay. Now you can see. There. So when I put this in, it's just passing the top of the curtain there. Okay, now I have to make it so it's thinner. So effectively, if this is in here like so, this is going to be coming this way. I want it so it marks the back of the levers. So effectively I want the plastic in here. So I need to make this side here thinner. So how do I do this? I wonder if this can be turned. No, it can't. There's like a turn device to make it easier. You know what? I'm just going to do X marks the spot, because otherwise I'll forget which side to file down. Right. It's going to be a pain file it, that's for sure. So this is probably about right there. Or if you wanted to, before doing that process, you could, as I've done on the stem one, and you get, so these ones are reversible, but I got two of them, so I got one left, one right. They put a little drill hole in there to help hold the plasticine in. So if you wanted to, you could do that. It's pretty much the same sort of thickness. Okay. So what that does, it gives you an advantage to spin it around a bit further when you're putting it in to the back. So I do need to go a bit lower. Try and get that twist on it. I'll go right the way down to the weld. Just getting there. Let's have a look. Yeah, see how that's overlapping? Don't know if you see that. When you turn it, you're just getting a little bit extra turn over the curtain to try and get a plasticine read. You're trying to get as much extra out of it as possible. So I'll just go a little bit more. I might be able to get a bigger turn. You don't force these. Literally, yeah, you're just going to get a plasticine read. There, you see, look at that turn now. See? Okay. It gives you that little bit of read. Right. Okay, now there's something else you need to do. There's something called snapping the curtain. So you don't do this on the one before you, but on the one before you snap the curtain. Okay, which is causing this break here in the curtain. Okay. A normal curtain looks like let me see if I've got one. Let me see if there's one in here that's not broken. Just so you can see the difference. Here we go. So, here we go. All right, this one's been snapped as well. Amazing. I've got another one. Let's have a look. Okay, I've got another one. I'll tell this one's been done as well. That would be funny. No, this one's good. Here we go. So you can see the difference in the curtains. See? That's obviously, this is another one that's been snapped. So you can see. That's what normally happens when you snap. So then what I'll do is, when it's in the door, I'll get a file and just clean it out. Just to get rid of that. So you can get the key in easier. You see that there, it will, if I try and get this in, it's going to be this way. So it's blocking it because it's snapped. So just put your filing through the keyhole and just file it out to get rid of that snap bit. Right, okay, but now we have to make the tool to snap it. So again, we get the curtain. Doesn't really matter if it fits at this point, okay, because we're going to cut this down. So we're going to cut this down to roughly, I'm going to say about there. I'll say about there to snap the curtain. Okay. So we'll put this in the vise. In fact, you know what we're going to do is have a little tidy up. Got too much stuff out. It's just growing. So put this back in there. And there. And there. We don't lose track of where we are. And then right, that's that. We'll keep that one there. Let's just do this one. There we go. There and there. Okay, back to this point. Right, so where are we? Okay, so I've made that, now making a key to snap. So, get your vise. Cut down there. Okay, so let's cut down. That's back in the vise. Do it up. Got a little bit sticking out. I've got to make sure it actually turns. It does turn a little bit wide. I feel that case like puffing out. Nine times out of 10 it's there. Yep, that's right. Okay, so then what you do is you put this in here. If you reach there, it's not snapped. Okay. You have to show the difference because I have two. Oh no, not that one. Where did I put it? Oh, up here. Right. So I have two. So see where it stops here. Now this one's been snapped. It stops right there. That angle there. Okay. So when it's not been snapped, it only stops around there. When it has been snapped, it stops right the way up. Okay, so the idea is with that is when you put this in, which can be from this side, you'll get that little extra turn, but you can see how this doesn't go in because it's got that little bit in there. As I said, what I'll do is get this in, just give it a fire. That's it. It's gone, and now it'll go in. Try and get an impression on the back of the levers. Okay, I'm going to make this a tiny bit. There you go. Okay. So that's this stage. So you'd make one for the other side. So do the same as this, but reversed on the other side to make it thinner on the other side. But you need to have this and two of these, one left hand, one right hand. Okay, just so you guys can see the levers are in here. Right, I'm going to put the cap back on, wherever the cap is. I don't know. What have I done with the cap? Dang. Here it is. Right. Put the cap back on. Okay. So here's the cap back on. Right, let's put this in the vise. And do it so. Bolt side. Okay, so effectively we've put this in, then snap, the curtain snapped. Okay, now with the impressioning, we'll get impression off the levers. So get a bit of plasticine. Oh, it's quite old, this plasticine, so it's like rock solid. Okay. You put it on. What I do is I try and smudge the edges around so it sticks on. And get a little knife. See, this is the problem. Coming through. Might be quite even thickness on the top there. Okay, what you can use is spray shampoo. That's probably the best way of doing it. I don't have any at the moment, so I have to do it the yucky way and lick it because I don't want the plasticine sticking to it. Right, it's not going to go in, it's too thick. So I've got to thin it out a bit. See, it's coming off on the knife, which is no good. This is where the spray shampoo comes into its own, because it stops it sticking. Right, let's try again. I can hear that's gone up right into the levers. Okay. What I tend to do is turn it back one, then go back, just to stop any plasticine from sticking. Right. So I don't know if you can see, we do have some reeds here. Very faint. We do have some reeds. Let me see if I can get this plasticine again. Build it up. Right. There we go. Might need to make the that's a bit better. See, 1 is high, 2 is a bit deeper, 3 is high, and 4 is like not marking. So we can get an idea of what the key is. So this is when you can get your tryout keys. You look for that sort of pattern. So by reading what that's saying, let me just get a pen. Oh no, I haven't scuffed it off, have I? No. So from what this is saying, it's roughly like this. And this goes deeper. That's higher and higher. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's roughly what this is going to be. And you can just, so from looking at that, that's roughly what the key is going to look like, because we have a higher one. It's gone to the plasticine, much deeper in the plasticine, and that's marking the plasticine there, so it's going to be higher. So it could be the same height as this one. These could be the same height as each other. Middle one's definitely the highest. Then you've got the M1. We'll just see. I wonder if we can get a confirmation read. That might come off from doing that. I know you can actually see better now. Look how deep the number 2 is. It's really deep. Right. So with that information we've got here, we can transfer it to the keys. Okay. So that is similar. So the tryout keys, I put my finger underneath and I hold it, push it up, hold it up, and just drop it. See? So you get nothing there, but there is movement. Okay, if you get one that's really, I don't know if you can see that movement, if I put this here. You get this movement up and down. If it's really out, let's see if we can get the that's really out. This one. If it's really out, see, it's not lifting up at all. There's no movement lifting it up. So any key with this sort of pattern is going to be not going to be the one. So we're looking for this sort of one. So high on the outside, the next one down. So it could be, could try this one. No. So nothing else on this bunch, which goes to that. This is the closest one. I'll try this one more time. You sure? Just keeping slight pressure on. Right, okay, nothing there. So, should have really done it by numeric. So this is like 1 to 10. So we said high and a low, but then a high in the middle. High and low, none of these fit that description. High and low, low in the middle, high and low, high and low, and high in the middle, so it could be this one. And we said number 2 is low, so it can't be this one. It's not lower than this one here, so it can't be this one. So it could be this one. No, again it can't be, because this one has to be lower than this one. So it's got to be high, then low and high. So it can't be any of these. No, nothing high on the outside. Nothing high on the outside. Oh, blimey. None of them. None of them. Jesus. Oh, this is going to be the last one, is it? Could it be this one? Let's give this one a try. No. So obviously I've got wrong somewhere. So I don't know. I missed. High step. Yes, I don't know. Could be. No. Right. Dun, dun, dun. None of them. None of them. None of them. Well, maybe. We'll try this one, possibly. Nope. Come back to this one again. No. See, I can't think what it can be. It has to be something like this. Has to be. That's what reads I got. So let's have a look for something. No. No. This one. This one. 47, because that's similar. Oh. Oh, it feels like it's close. Feels like it's going to anti-pick. Gotta be closer than that. Yeah, I think it is going to anti-pick. So these are the two close ones. There's anything else like that? No. So to me it has to be one of these two. Got to be. It has to be one of these two. Ah, there we go. Let's have a little. How did I do that? Well, you just see it turn. Don't know how I did that. So it is. So I was right about going to the anti-picks. We're not holding it level. It does stress. I did get it to turn. And I can do it a second time. Yeah. There we go. As well as holding it, I wasn't holding it up properly. There, that's it, it's turned. So it's more my bad use. Funny. This hand I can't hold it properly. This hand I can. So yeah. So it was that one, which was number 47. Just out of curiosity. Let me see if I can get this to lock. Oh, not really easy. And try the other hand. No. 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 So anyway, we got to open. In real life it was a pain. But you could definitely hear it catching into anti-pick. From there, that's an anti-pick. Just got a little bit extra turn. So I don't know how. I'm using this hand. That's the one I'm using this hand. Oh, come on. I don't understand that. Maybe because this hand's a bit weaker. Because I've got this. I struggle to hold this up tight. Where this hand's got more power to hold it up. There. Really weird. But anyway, I hope this helps you on your journey using these. I mean, it's a much cheaper alternative to this Staden. It has its place in the market, so I wouldn't poo-poo it straight away. And I think they do open the old ERA, is it Invincible? I'm not sure, the big old chunky ERA one. Don't see many of them around nowadays, but I'm sure that this opens them as well. And there may be a few others. If you know of any other locks open, please put it down in the comments. Anyway, cheers for watching. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe.